How do you pronounce it? Guimarães. Okay. We've been wondering.
Yeah. How are you saying it before?
Many different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, we are Lost Girls, Håvard Volden, and
Hval in Norwegian, or Jenny, if you're not Norwegian, or if you prefer.
I think we're good to give each other space, but also, give each other the fist.
I think we're good at creating things that surprise the other, because we come from different types of artistic background. And so I think what is natural for you to do on your instrument is something that surprises me, and then we are pretty good at allowing each other to rearrange what the other person's done. So I also think that in general, when you've played together for a long time, you just get pretty comfortable, and you lose some of that politeness that you might have with people you don't know very well. So we're incredibly impolite to each other, but also good at listening and trying to understand.
Yeah.
We can be, yeah. Although maybe not the time when I was asked by someone who was very polite if I like Coldplay, and I just said no. We can be a bit
honest.
rude, but we don't mean it like that, I think. I mean, in general, to be direct is just more like a gut, speaking a bit from the gut. That's hard. I in many ways, I feel quite lazy. And I also feel like I'm constantly trying to slow down a bit, but unsuccessful, because I always wonder when I'm going to quit the whole thing. I find the industry difficult. So, but we'll see. We'll play tonight.
That's very close.
Yeah, in a way, it sometimes enables you to work without having, a finished business plan, without thinking about success so much, which I think, to me, it's just very uninteresting to think about how things will succeed. But that's also, I know that's quite old-fashioned to be able to think, and also quite privileged to be able to think. But I think it's for everyone who's making art, it's important to forget those things in order to just feel like the joy of creating. I think this is my question. So I find it very difficult, and I've been in situations that have led me to say less. At the moment, I just posted I posted a picture yesterday on my Instagram that's part of a Norwegian pro-Palestine ceasefire campaign. And that was the first time in a long time that I've done something like that, because I feel so lonely when it's on social media. I feel like everyone's just so vulnerable, and I really love feeling like you're part of a bigger movement, part of a voice. So I've always preferred to sort of put a lot of thought about the political aspect of the world around me and the work I do in the work. I feel like that's maybe not enough now. And there are many problems with this kind of very immediate form of communication where you're on your own. Like you can get, depending on what you represent, you can get so much hate back. It's very problematic. I think it's very problematic that we're using social media as our only source of information, and this kind of incredible speed that we, move forward with things. No. And it's a place where we all become the same because we're all angry. We're all like expressing emotions and like very sort of quick and very, very, very sort of like affect to a great extent. And it's hard to just see, to get like a deeper knowledge of things. It is really important to read the books, you know, so to have knowledge and to know what's going on. But like someone commented on someone else's post. Like I'm constantly on social media now reading and seeing what's going on in Palestine, and someone just posted this kind of very sort of, I guess it was like sarcastic comment, like, oh, this post will solve the crisis. Like I think this will do it. And that's like, it was almost funny and tragic at the same time. I find it very difficult. I don't have any solutions. The world moves so fast. So I think the longer you've been in the game, the less apt you are at it. To use her way of performing words as an example of pop music moving towards avant-garde poetry, if you just listen to how it is performed rather than read it on the page where it's sort of cleaned up. Like, so I studied like all the different variations on how she sang a word, because in pop music you repeat and change language a lot from its original meaning through repetition and through manipulation and effects, and that was really fun for me. And I think she really is a master of that, like understanding meaning through singing and using her voice. But I think, I mean, the reason why it's so impressive is that we've been taught that the avant-garde is something that we can't understand and unless we've read all the books and seen all the performances, which is not true at all. That there is really, the avant-garde is many times closer to the public activism, to like what's happening than a lot of the more classical arts.